Thank you very much. Welcome everybody to the usual Ozu interview that we have now been doing for the past 5 weeks, I think. Yeah, 5 weeks. There's no music here, actually. Starting again. I'm a scuff streamer, I'm telling you. So, welcome again. This week, I have the great pleasure of interviewing CowSlap from the guild Spire. I'm really happy. There's a lot of things that I want to know. There's a lot of things this guild for me, I'm gonna put it simply, this guild for me is an enigma, in the sense that they keep to themselves. You don't hear about them. Anyway, I did not hear about them since a while now. Phase 3, Phase 4, Phase 5, and they have been doing really good. I remember looking at them in Phase 4. I remember looking at them in Phase 5 when they clear a queue. They were doing awesome times as well. Again, they proved it in Nax. Clearing 15 out of 15 quite in a good time. And actually it was 7, I'm gonna have to ask CowSlap, but I think it was like 7 minutes behind Titans. So it was really a close race. We'll see about that. So really happy to have him, to have CowSlap and talk about his guild. Without further ado, we will get into the interview itself. CowSlap, welcome to the stream, my friend. How is it going? No?
Yes. There you go. Just broken your. You're going to get that bit of your stream cut out. It's going really good. Thank you very much for having me, Ozu. Sorry, I had to get the memes in at the beginning there.
do you want to explain that meme?
Yeah, so before our last Nax run last Thursday, when we got our first one night clear, I was doing a bit of a pre-raid pep talk, like a bit of a pep speech for the raiders, and I decided it would be funny for me to take the lyrics from the song "The Touch" by Stan Bush, which is a song that I remember from my childhood. It's from the film Transformers, 1987, and I decided that I was just going to read the lyrics out word for word, like I was totally sincere and serious. So occasionally, yeah, I like to play around and do. I think it's fun. I'm not sure what the rest of my guild thinks about it, to be honest. But there you go.
We had I think a lot of guild does that. You're making me think about one of our raid leaders back then saying the speech out of Any Given Sunday. I don't know if you saw the movie. There's a speech given by Al Pacino. It was the same thing. He read it line for line. It was super funny. I think us guildies, let's say, we like that. It's super funny and it pumps the raid. So props to you if you did that. Really cool. Okay, so let's talk. Welcome. Do you have something to drink? Are you?
I do. Yes, I am currently on the Bombay Sapphire gin. So Eon Takahai, you're right. I will be drinking during this.
Well, cheers to you.
Cheers to you.
Let's talk a bit about yourself. Where do you come from in terms of gaming? Did you play vanilla? Did you play retail? Up to where? What class did you play? So on and so forth.
So yeah, I started playing retail WoW back in 2005, about a week after it was released. A good friend of mine, I went round to his house and he was playing it. I'd never even heard of a MMORPG at the time. Had mostly just been playing console games with my friends, physically. Had never played an online game before, and I thought, oh, this looks cool. So I went out immediately and bought it from a supermarket, which is weird. They used to sell World of Warcraft in supermarkets in England at the time, and yeah, pretty much got hooked. And I played WoW from release all the way up until the release of Sunwell in Burning Crusade, at which point I stopped. So yeah, I started off, pretty casually. I mean, I think 16 at the time. I think many of us can remember how terrible we were at the game at that time and how young we were. I mean, the people who weren't young then are old now, so
Whoa,
maybe
whoa,
they
whoa,
can't
whoa, whoa!
remember.
Watch what you're saying. You're starting on a bad note, I think. No, I'm just kidding.
You look way too young, Osama, to have
Thank you. Thank
been
you.
an old man back then.
Thank you. I'm a little bit older than you. You just kind of gave your age away. I'm a little bit older than you, but yeah, I think I exactly like you. We were so shit at the game back then compared to today that. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a bit more to that, really. I mean, I started playing the game, and as I say, I kind of got hooked on it. And having had no previous experience of like online gaming or the type of game that World of Warcraft is, because it's kind of like a time sink heavy game. I ended up putting way too much of my life into it, and actually probably screwing up my life to a considerable extent because of World of Warcraft the first time around. So yeah, I played it for 4 years, so from release to near the end of Burning Crusade, and I remember my /play time on my main character was over 2 years. So I had been logged in for half my life over that 4-year period. So yeah, I would say that World of Warcraft has a lot to answer for.
I don't remember, but it was probably the same back then for me and for a lot of us. It is World of Warcraft. It is vanilla classic. It takes a lot of your time, and the more you play, the more it sucks you in, and it's a circle.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this time around, why? Knowing everything you knew, saying, I might lose a little bit of my life in the coming 2 years. So why?
So yeah, I heard that Classic was going to be released, and it was like I didn't really have a choice. Like I knew immediately I was going to play it, and I think I knew immediately I was going to go hard at playing it as well. My circumstances have kind of changed. Like I'm a grown up now, and I'm still working from home anyway, and I now like run my own business, so I can kind of build as much time into my life as I want to play the game, I guess. So I knew that I could kind of do what I wanted to in the game this time around, and I thought I'd been in many guilds in the release of WoW the first time around, and actually some really good guilds. There was one that was called Bovine Intervention, which is kind of wordplay on Taurens and Divine Intervention. But even that guild had issues with the management and the leadership and the roster and stuff. And I just thought that if I was going to do this and go hard at it, that I might as well try and give myself a shot of being a guild leader as well. And then I could have complete control over it. And if it failed, then it was going to be me that failed, and at least I wouldn't have the frustration of seeing it failing and someone else, at someone else's hands, So I'd been an officer in guilds before, but never a guild leader. So I thought this is my chance to try and do it right, I guess.
So really, from the get-go, you had almost your plan done. I want to be GM of a guild. I want to do this. I want to do that.
Well, I didn't really have a plan. I knew that I wanted to be a guild leader, and that was